Welcome back to Yvette's View, where we continue to vibe high on good high vibrations. This is episode 11, and it's titled Separation Begins. Well, for once in my life, once I chose me first, once I chose to love me first and to put me first, put the mask on my face first, and find my soul tribe, I started to see my life shift differently. I just had no idea, family, that as the separation started to begin, I can probably say it was starting to begin when my daddy transitioned, when that foundation, when that core foundation was no longer physically here. For some, I think that was the beginning of the separation. And as I kept my eyes focused on what was going to be best for me overall, that meant that there was going to be some changes within the dynamics of my core family, if you will. As I said before, that my lifestyle was so closed off because it was all about them, which I don't fault them. It was my choice. I chose to do that until I no longer chose to do that. And when you choose something different, everybody's not going to be understanding. They're not going to know what's up with you. Like something's wrong with her now because of how she used to be or how she used to act or interact. It's not the same. And even though there could have been some times where I had to go back into that 3D mindset and handle some things, I knew how to quickly get out of that and say, you know what? No, I can no longer allow that to be my staple, be my way of living. Setting boundaries for the first time, was definitely, oh wow, it was so uncomfortable for me to set those boundaries. It was uncomfortable, but I had to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Even doing this, I get uncomfortable at times, but I have to be okay with being uncomfortable and power through anyway. It's going to help me build up some muscles that haven't been worked. And in all of that, there's going to be a separation of the way. There's going to be a divide in my life. And as I start to see that in my experiences as I lived with different family members, it was uncomfortable because you don't feel like you're welcome, but it's some kind of, they want something. It's not because I want to do this for you. I know I'm going to get something from this, or I'm going to get something out of this, or she's going to, as she always has been, bailing me out or helping me in some type of way. And because I'm doing this for her, then surely she's going to do this for me. And in another situation, it wasn't so like that because they had more than enough. However, there was really no room for anyone else to be in that space as well. So it just wasn't comfortable living with other people, and especially if they let you know, oh, you know, it's nothing like having your own place and da da da. Just little subliminal things being spoken that I'm supposed to ignore, right? I'm supposed to act like I didn't hear. I didn't hear that, and of course, I had to shoot my shot and say something back a little smart, you know, like, well, let's just be real. Had it not been for certain things happening, you wouldn't be having your own place either. I'm good for that. And I was good at that. So yeah, I had to, at that moment and at that time, I thought it was, you know, befitting, because you're not gonna keep shooting shots at me, and I'm not gonna have something to say back regarding that, as if you have lived this life of responsible person. And then there was the other situation that I lived with a person that for some reason felt like they needed to remind me of whose place it was that I was staying in. In all of those situations, I've assisted every last one of those people and didn't mind doing it, and did it just because you were my family, you're my blood. So if you need, I got you. And I'm not gonna throw that in your face like, oh, well, you should have had your stuff together, or no. I'm not gonna let you go without. I'm not gonna let you be homeless on the street and I got a place. That just didn't never compute in my head that I would do that. There was no way I was gonna be able to stay in the same way of living, and I'm on a different frequency. I'm on a different level. I'm on a different mindset. We don't vibe on the same vibration. And it's okay, because sometimes you're not supposed to be where I'm at. I'm not supposed to be where you are. You're on your journey, I'm on mine. I don't understand your journey, just like you couldn't understand mine. But I knew eventually there was going to become a separation, because it was like an anchor to my neck that I put on. So I don't blame. I have no blame. I still love my family. I still love my blood family. So whenever we get back on the same frequency, we'll get back on the same frequency. I had rose-colored glasses on for so long. And when I took them off, I tried to put them back on, like, nope, I don't want to see it right now. But in every step that I was making to elevate, and every step that I was taking to evolve, there were things that were falling away. I had the benefit of still having my daddy still with me. I had the benefit of being here or being there in that moment. And having that experience of giving him mouth to mouth, kind of out of body experience for me. So as he was leaving, as his soul was transitioning, part of that, pieces of him, pieces of his soul was here, transferred to me. And I will never forget how I felt that day. It still didn't feel like, I'll say it never really felt like he was not here any longer, because I still felt him so intensely. In that experience of no longer having that physical person here, I handled it in a way that was so unlike me, at least that I thought. I want to say even partly in that part too, I was shifting to different timelines right even then, and didn't really recognize it. I didn't put a label on it because I had no idea what was happening. I just knew that my world had changed. But even though that part of my world had changed and things were going to be different, there were some things that were still going to be the same. I can still hear him tell me things. I can still see him in me when I act a certain way, or the way I conduct myself. And then just to get the okay that he's proud of me. Get the okay that I'm doing the right thing. And feel secure in the choices and decisions that I've made, because he was telling me it's time, and that he needed to let my hand go, in a sense, so that I could fly. When I think about all of the sacrifices that he did for me, and the gift that he gave me, even as he was transitioning, he let me know he wasn't leaving me. He was just getting ready to give me that extra boost to fly. And for that, I will be eternally grateful for. I'm grateful that I have his strength. I'm grateful that he gave me the ability to know that if somebody says you can't do it, I'm hard-headed enough like him to show you I can. I'll show you better than I can tell you. Whew. My world is so much bigger now. I have so much more confidence than I've ever had. And I just want to give that credit to my daddy. Even though he's telling me I don't need to give him any credit, I'm doing it. But I'm still going to give him credit anyway, right? Because I'm his baby girl. And just to know that I can continue to vibe high on good high vibrations is all because of him. I'm going to leave it here. Stay on that love frequency, y'all. I'm telling you, it's a life and love saver. You will continue to blossom. You will continue to grow in ways that you never even thought you could. So with that being said, family, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And don't forget to click the word all so that you're notified every time I post a video. Peace.